Welcome back to the podcast. Today, we're going to try something a little different. I want you to imagine spending an entire day without your phone. No scrolling, no messages, no notifications, just you and the world around you. It sounds simple, but it can be surprisingly challenging. Phones are part of our lives, but sometimes they keep us from noticing small, beautiful moments in practicing important skills like speaking and thinking in English. In this episode, I'll take you step by step through my own day without a phone. What I saw, how I felt, and the lessons I learned. You'll discover how even a small experiment can change the way you see life, improve focus, and even help your English practice naturally. So take a deep breath, get comfortable, and let's begin. This is episode 8, A Day Without My Phone. The first moment without my phone felt strange. Normally, the first thing I do in the morning is check notifications, scroll through messages, or watch videos. But that day, my hands were empty and I felt free, but also a little nervous. I decided to start my morning slowly. I sat on my bed and looked outside the window. The sunlight was soft and the world seemed quieter than usual. I could hear birds singing, the wind moving through the trees, and even the distant sound of cars on the street. Normally, I wouldn't notice these small things because my phone grabs all my attention the moment I wake up. I made myself breakfast. Normally, I'd watch something or scroll while eating. But that day, I just focused on the food, the smell, the warmth, the taste. It was amazing how much more I noticed when I wasn't distracted. Every bite felt more satisfying. I thought to myself, I never realized eating could feel like this. After breakfast, I went for a walk. This was the most interesting part. Normally, I'd take my phone to listen to music or check notifications, but without it, I had to be fully present. I noticed small details I usually ignore. A small child chasing a butterfly, an elderly man feeding birds, a couple talking and laughing under a tree. Even the patterns of sunlight on the pavement caught my attention. As I walked, I started speaking to myself in English. I described everything I saw. The sky is blue, the wind is soft, the leaves are moving slowly. The children are laughing and playing. Speaking aloud felt strange at first, but after a few minutes it became natural. I realized that when we remove distractions, we start noticing more, and our mind has more space to practice, think, and imagine. Back at home, I decided to do something I had been avoiding for a long time, reading a book. Normal, I would pick up my phone after a few minutes and get distracted. But this time, I focused. I read slowly, imagining every scene, practicing English in my mind, thinking about the story in my own words. I even paused to describe the scenes aloud, which made me feel like I was telling the story to a friend. Throughout the day, I realized something important. Without a phone, the day feels longer, but also more meaningful. I was more aware of my thoughts, my feelings, and the environment around me. I noticed small details like the smell of coffee brewing, the sound of birds outside, and the feeling of sunlight on my skin. Normally, I would ignore these things because I'm too busy scrolling. Evening came and I felt proud. I had spent a whole day without distractions, practicing English, observing my surroundings, and reflecting on life. My mind was clearer, my focus stronger, and I even felt more connected to the world around me. Spending a day without a phone taught me that we often underestimate the power of simple, quiet moments. It also reminded me that practice doesn't always require technology. Speaking English aloud, observing carefully, and reflecting are enough to make meaningful progress. So I encourage you to try this challenge. Spend one day without your phone. Observe the world. Speak in English, even to yourself. Notice small details and reflect on your day. You will be surprised how much you can learn, how much you can grow, and how calm and focused you will feel. Thank you for listening to today's episode. Spending a day without my phone taught me to notice small moments, focus, and even practice English naturally. Try it yourself, observe, speak, and enjoy the world around you. Keep practicing, stay consistent, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye, and have a great day.